Next, I'm actually going to be reading a poem that I wrote August 8th, 2019. It was a Thursday, and I actually wrote this after I had a dream. So this poem's actually based off a dream I had that day. And I don't have it on my laptop because this is a new laptop. I'll later talk about that in another video of my new laptop and stuff, but this is on my phone that I kept in my OneNotes. And here's the poem. He is always near yet far. Do I dare dream of him? Will he be there to help or to hinder? Silence is golden, he says. My power is stronger than yours, but delicate when it comes to me. He said this each night, saying he was guarding me. In reality, waiting for the perfect moment. As a child, I spoke of this mysterious man to family, yet they never listened. This warning fell on deaf ears. As a young maiden, he takes me from my home, petrified in fear and shock. This man with fire in his eyes never was a protector, yet a taker. The royal guards could not stop him. I used to think he was a dream, but it isn't the case. He is of flesh and blood. We arrive to a place of ruin. Takes me to his leader, speaking a foreign language. Thrown into the dungeon with a rotting corpse, I scream in fear. The screams brings a grin to his face. As he walks away from there, I lay in a heap, weeping. All I can do is pray and sing to heal myself. I am a powerful princess healer. Time passes, turning weeks into months, yet nobody came to help. I sing loudly with tears crashing to the ground. The door bursts open. I feel relief, but it doesn't last, for who had entered was the leader. He ordered my kidnapping. I yelled to let me out. In turn, he beat me to a pulp. He said that I was annoying, always singing and praying for help, spat and called me a harlot. Barely breathing, I try hard to heal, but I am too weak to do so. I feel myself slipping into the abyss. A gentle embrace pulled me from the ground. It felt so familiar, but the face was a blur, nor the voice of a man recognizable. I awake on a dark plum bed, confused by my dark surroundings. I cry in despair for my father. A warm hand suddenly on my forehead, using power to heal my wounds. A calming voice soothing me with my lullaby. The man with fire in his eyes is helping me. This can't be possible. I draw back in fear. His leader hurts me. Why would he help me? He answers my question in a deep, calm voice, speaks my name, and states a dead princess serves no purpose. Mutters under his breath as he bandages my arm, of not wanting this to happen to such a princess with such a gift and kind, benevolent heart. I'm sorry, I can't say that. From that point on, I stayed in that room. He kept the leader far from me, even getting beaten for my stead. Months turned into years, yet still I remained in these ruins. Spells keeping me from escape. I tried with no avail. The man with fire eyes and I then became friends. Each day we would have tea together at 3 p.m., created by him for relaxing and healing. I was doubtful of his motives, thought he was trying to poison me at first, until he drank the tea first, disproving my theory. This man was bound to the leader by contract. He saved his life and must repay his debt, or else suffer death from the enchantment. I learned this from our many tea parties, as so kindly referred to them, as I so kindly referred to them. I even did his hair silly once and laughed so much. Soon we started to forget that I was kidnapped and he was a slave to his master because of our friendship. Then one day it all changed. His leader came in looking for him and found us having a tea party. I will never forget that day. They fought each other in such a gruesome way that words couldn't even describe. I somehow became a human shield for the leader. From the leader. He stopped fighting his leader, reminded him harshly of his soul binding contract. I screamed as the other guards dragged him away, not knowing if he would live or die. I had forgotten about his leader's wrath. After that, he changed to a cold, harsh man, ignoring me anytime we met, pretending we didn't share our secrets and dreams. The leader kept him because of his power, even stronger than himself, only safe because of the soul binding contract, just like he had kept me for my healing powers. We were both held against our will here. The only difference was his contract was to the leader. He had to do anything requested by him, whether it was murder, stealing, or kidnapping. He had to or die refusing. 3 years passed, and finally a warrior appeared, a bearer of great courage and valor, wearing only a sword and shield. The warrior quickly defeated his guards. The leader held a knife to my throat, ordering the man with fire eyes to kill the warrior on sight. The warrior burst through the door with ease. Swords clashing soon followed. Fire Eyes and the warrior then began fighting. The leader had fled like a coward, leaving Fire Eyes to deal with the warrior. All I could do is pray, as I am no fighter. The battle was long and gruesome. The warrior prepared for the final blow. I used my powers to get between them. I stopped the sword between my hands, blood dripping from the blade. Fire Eyes was bewildered. I commanded the warrior to stop. He refused to listen to me, saying his punishment is death. The warrior pushed me aside like it was nothing. I fell to the floor helplessly. Fire Eyes was fatally wounded. He fell to the floor as he hummed my lullaby. I crawled towards him to say goodbye as I hummed in unison with him, but was pulled away by the warrior. The warrior's eyes were daring and determined. He was not going to let me heal him. I didn't want to leave Fire Eyes. I could heal him and everything would be okay. But the warrior wouldn't listen. The warrior threw me over his shoulder, dragging me away from there. I cried as we rode on horseback to my home. When we got off the horse, I yelled at him. I explained why Fire Eyes did what he had to do, told him we were friends. He laughed at my explanation, even told my father to listen to my story, which I supposedly made up while kidnapped. They both said I'd been there a long time, that I needed food and rest, for I fabricated the story out of sheer boredom. I bathed, ate, and was dressed for bed, yet I couldn't sleep nor rest, so I stepped outside my balcony. I sat and sang my lullaby in the passing wind. Only Fire Eyes knew this song, yet I felt as if I could hear him humming it. Am I dreaming, or are we singing a duet? Am I remembering when he sang me to sleep as a child, or am I awake or asleep in this vision? Sing, benevolent angel, he whispers in the wind. Someday we'll meet again in another lifetime and another planet. And I read this in one reading in one video as well, because I get emotional with this poem, especially because I had this dream and lived through it and felt and heard and everything from the dream. My dreams are very intense. And so, yeah, I kind of got teary-eyed and stuff, but hope you enjoyed this poem that I wrote. I know it didn't really rhyme or anything, but it was because I was mainly telling the story of the dream I had. So, bye for now. Bye.